I have got to give the Mayo School credit for being an institution that, in my opinion, and I think in many other people's opinion, was one of the greatest influences on the people of Eastern Kentucky that we have ever had in this area.
I think my education has benefited me because it'll just open up new opportunities. Information technology is a great field for employment right now, and I'm sure it'll just altogether change my life.
As early as 1930, area and regional newspapers began promoting a junior college for Paintsville. John C.C. Mayo College, basically a prep school, had closed in 1928. Operated by the Southern Methodist Church, it began in 1918 as a successor to the Sandy Valley Seminary, which had served Paintsville and Johnson County since 1905. Both schools enjoyed the support and endowment of John C.C. Mayo and his wife, Alice Meek Mayo. A bill to make the school a junior college operating under the University of Kentucky was introduced into the legislature, but the bill failed in both 1930 and 1932.
So you had kids that wanted a trade, wanted to do something. Mayo was always there to offer that trade. Mayo was always there to say, you know what, you can do something. You are bigger and better than anything you've ever thought you could be.
They went all over the country in competitions and won. I mean, the colleges competed against Mayo at that time, and Mayo won every competition that they attended.
In January 1938, State Representative J.B. Mullett introduced a bill to create an industrial school on the Mayo site. His bill was followed by an unprecedented demonstration of local support. Johnson County School Superintendent and future Kentucky Superintendent of Schools John Fred Williams wrote, "A recent survey shows that 3,433 new workers are hired each year in mining, building trades, auto mechanics, and distribution industries in 8 eastern Kentucky counties."
I was 18 or 17 years old, getting ready to turn 18, and Christmas Day I had appendicitis attack, and it ended up in the hospital, and I watched the nurses, and this one impressed me really good. So I'd always wanted to be a teacher, but when I got out of that hospital at Christmas, I decided I wanted to be a nurse.
So when you showed up down here, you went through an orientation program, and you spent that first day just learning where the campus was and people were showing you around. And you know what you did on the second day? You went to work.
Brushing aside any claim of pride at having a state educational institution in Paintsville, Williams stated, "It offers a practical and profitable type of service to the youth who are now most in need of educational service." Mullett's bill called for the creation of a school to be named Mayo State Vocational School and for it to be funded by the state for $56,000, $25,000 for the purchase of the property, and $31,000 for initial maintenance and salaries. The bill passed the state Senate by a vote of 25-0. The House passed it 86-3. The bill was signed on April 14, 1938 by Governor A.B. Happy Chandler. This was the beginning of an uncharted course for vocational education in Kentucky. On July 26, 1938, Kentucky's Lieutenant Governor Keene Johnson officially accepted the deed to the old Mayo Estate property from owner Everett J. Evans. The ceremony in Paintsville attracted more than 10,000 people and marked the formal beginning of Mayo State Vocational Technical School, one of the most advanced and effective vocational technical schools in Kentucky and in the nation. Mayo provided educational opportunities for citizens of Eastern Kentucky that had previously been available only to those who could afford to travel to universities and colleges many miles from their homes.
The first year I was there, when it was time for the boys to check into the dormitory to live for the next year, there was this one student I remember so well. His name was Jerry Dearman. So when he knocked on the door and I asked him after I signed him in, I said, "Honey, where are your bed linens?" And he looked at me and he said, "Miss Jones, I don't have anything, only what you see." So I said, "Well, I'll sign you in, give you a key, take you to your room." So when I done that, I come back to my apartment, got him a sheet and a blanket and a pillow that I took back. And I remember he sat down on the side of the bed and he said, well, I don't know how I'll ever pay you. I said, the only way you'll ever be able to pay me is to graduate from here, get you a good job, have a good home. And I said, that day, I'll say you have more than paid me. And that is what that child done.
In 4 short months, A.L. Pigman, Mayo's first director, announced that more than 100 students were enrolled and applications were being received each week. There were 7 fields of study: blacksmithing, carpentry, electricity, machine shop, mine machines, retailing, and acetylene welding. Approximately 12 faculty members were employed when the college opened.
My fondest memories of the school are just with the people that I worked with. You know, the instructors was all good, intelligent, caring people that knew the job field that they was teaching. They usually had, took a stock, in the students. They feel like they're almost part of their family.
A.L. Pigman was followed by 7 other directors: J. Milburn Taylor, C.W. Mathis, James Patton, George L. Ramey, Jess Conley, Gary Coleman, and Bobby McCool. By 1942, Mayo State was deeply involved in training for war production, especially in radio communications for the military. New buildings were built, enrollment expanded, and post-secondary vocational training was a huge success.
Well, at that time, there was a lot of us that had cars, and we were lucky because Mayo State was one of only 2 schools in the whole state of Kentucky that had a dormitory. So the dormitory was always full, and that's where I stayed my entire time at Mayo, was in the dormitory. At Mayo, dormitory life, I think, is just great for a lot of kids like me who hadn't been far from home. It doesn't seem today that Pike County is a long way off, but at that time, Pike County was a long way for a student to come.
I actually got the job that I currently have while I was still a student at Mayo. I started working at Pikeville Medical Center December before I graduated from Mayo the following February. So for me, it was extremely easy to get a job. My popular place I did clinicals at, and that's where I wanted to work, and it was really easy to get a job.
The years since 1945 have seen additional expansion, more new buildings, a deeper commitment by the state government to vocational training, the inclusion of secondary students in Mayo's program, and a regional network of vocational technical schools. Women also found more opportunities at Mayo as they moved out of the roles of housewives and into the world of business and industry. Times had changed, and Mayo Vocational School changed with it. As the years passed, each generation brought their own needs, and Mayo Vocational School became Mayo Vocational Technical Institute and then Mayo Technical College as it responded to the students' needs.
I was 18 years old, and I needed a profession for my life, as all girls do.
I decided to attend Mayo because I was tired of minimum wage jobs, working jobs I didn't even enjoy, just barely making it. I wanted to make more money and do something I liked doing, like working on cars.
I chose to attend Mayo because I was in the first respiratory class that started at Mayo, and as a young man, my grandpa was sick with respiratory diseases, and I saw what respiratory therapists did for him, so that's what I wanted to do.
And we need nurses, and Mayo has put the nurses out there in the community. I mean, there's school nurses, there's nurses in the hospital, there's doctor nurses, and most of them that I talked to have graduated from the Mayo.
While attending the program, I was in the co-op at Bo Cook Engineering and worked there 3 days a week. They automatically knew that I'd learned a lot here at Big Sandy, and I guess they were pretty impressed with that and wanted to hire me as soon as I graduated.
The success of Mayo can be attributed to many factors. The interest and dedication of staff, students, and parents have played a very important role in making Mayo and the satellite schools the institutions they are today. Excellent administrative leadership, strong community, regional, state, and national support has allowed Mayo and the total vocational education program in Region 11 to serve the people of the area well.
It's just amazing to wake up and not dread going to work. I'm just so happy that I can get up and enjoy going to work every day and make enough money that I don't have to struggle. I mean, it helps me a whole lot.
Big Sandy definitely gives you a chance. Almost anyone can come here, and if you put your mind to it, you can do just about anything through Big Sandy that you could do through any other college.
I think it has been a great and wonderful school because of the location, and it has given so many students an opportunity to be prepared for a job.
The Mayo campus has grown from a little vocational school to become part of the nationally recognized Kentucky Community and Technical College system. In 2013, we celebrate 10 years of our existence as Big Sandy Community and Technical College, but we also celebrate the 50th year anniversary of Prestonsburg Community College and the 75th year anniversary of Mayo Technical College. In 2003, these two wonderful institutions were consolidated, and we continue to experience tremendous student success as Big Sandy Community and Technical College. We are proud of our history of educational progress and dedication to strengthening the region through education. The college continues to offer residents the opportunity to obtain a quality post-secondary education without leaving home. When A.L. Pigman opened the doors in 1938 to the first 100 students, little did he know that in 75 years' time, Mayo would become part of the history of the majority of the families in the Big Sandy region. It's difficult to find a family that has not had a parent, uncle, aunt, cousin, or sibling to attend Mayo Technical College, Prestonsburg Community College, or Big Sandy Community and Technical College. Like the pebble in the pond, our college continues to make ripples that will keep on affecting lives for years to come.